that's right.
He gotta explain to her like, nah, these are educated individuals. It's just a little, it's a conversation.
Meanwhile,
That shit was hilarious.
nigga sucking his own.
I would still. I get what you niggas talking about.
Imagine having to explain that shit.
I'll get 2 ribs
He's
removed
fine.
right
He's
now.
not. He's not.
You get your security.
But yeah, I saw my man Cinco. I let him know that, and maybe I was overzealous, but I was like, every 5, if you available. He's a good dude.
He's souped. He's like, I gotta get back there.
You gotta get
whenever you
back
want to
here.
go on.
Yeah.
We're a fire podcast.
But he was like, yo, every 5, that makes sense.
Cinco.
Oh, like 65, 75 type of thing. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
So it's every 10th episode, basically.
Yeah.
After, you know,
Legit. We had a good time. We went to the club after. That was scary. I belong at home.
You were out.
Wait, when?
You was outside, huh?
When?
What?
Today?
Nah.
You were out, huh?
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Saturday night, I got a delivery of some cookies.
Okay.
My man Jamar Adams
Damn, we're gonna blast him.
came through.
We're not recording that, are we?
I was like, hey, Jam, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to need you to drive.
Yo, episode 85? Are we 80?
84.
84. So next
84?
week, we gotta get Cinco on here. 84, man. What up, fellas? What's going on, man? We starting off.
Yo.
There was a lot
I
of
like
tension.
the energy. I like
Woo,
the energy.
there was a lot of tension.
Nah, it was good. It was good until the end, and I apologize, Reem. I didn't mean to do that. It's your house, man. I disrespect
I'll
you.
sit there, it's like chips.
Yo,
like,
first of all,
You don't need that from me. I'm
real
trying to grow, man. You can see how the demon still comes out of me, and I try to control that nigga, like try to
I
block.
know, if that's
Put
his,
that dog
if that's
back. He
his
needs to-
angry, I like it.
Nah, he needs to go.
First of all,
some of him needs to go.
This is not my house. All right? This is
The place with
our
the Airbnb.
broadcasting
How have we
station.
not talked about the Airbnb party that happened in the very same place that we're recording from?
Shit looking swaggy,
Right.
though. I had to clean
You
that
see
up.
that Instagram page lately?
Mm.
They getting mansions now.
Yo, first of all, I'm in the
They
middle
fucking
of a
with
legal...
mansions. Mansions.
Who is?
They are. I still follow their Instagram.
There's no... We're not going to say they. Them.
Them.
But yeah, let's not give out any...
I'm not.
Them are getting mansions.
They're not
Mansions?
here.
They're
They're not here.
Them not here.
Go.
They upgraded. Fuck you, spot.
Them not here.
I'm still ready to post. Like, yo. First of all, them, I want you to know, I have home addresses.
I'm glad you didn't call
Don't
nobody.
get stupid.
Reem, I'm glad you didn't call nobody.
I ain't calling
Addies?
no po-po. I got that
You didn't call
Addy.
nobody.
Do not pull a Pop Smoke with me, my nigga.
Yo, where was the DJ? Where was the DJ at?
Right there in the corner where the basket is.
Damn.
Word?
It was right there.
Had the table set up?
The table was pushed all the way to the window because that was the beer pong
Was it-
station.
Oh.
And then the rest of this shit was
What was the
Damn.
couches?
18 to 22.
What was the couches?
They're trying to move the couch.
Ain't no couches. They put the couches in the bedroom.
Ain't no couches, dog.
They put the dining room chairs in the bedroom.
Yo,
They show
We having a party
some
here.
respect, but like, yo, if we don't, we gonna fuck this up. More importantly, they respected the Magic Johnson signed basketball.
I gotta appreciate it.
Wow.
Nobody fucked with that. It's
That's
still
been there the
there.
entire time?
The whole time it's right there. I don't think they can read cursive.
They can't read.
They don't teach that anymore.
Magic Johnson.
They don't teach that anymore.
They don't teach that anymore, so.
They saw a scribble on a basketball.
Yeah.
That's not worth nothing.
Niggas know emoji.
Yeah.
What is that? Ancient text.
Yeah.
Yo, can I give a shout out to what was going on last week? Fellas, all 4 of us right now are currently being reviewed by the State Board of Corporate Licenses because we are a podcast,
Okay. We're going to go there, huh?
and more importantly to being a podcast, we are limited liability corporation.
Is that more important
I
than
don't
being a
know.
podcast?
That's a good question.
No,
Good question.
no. I'm just asking the question.
No.
Because
Oh,
I
yes,
That's a
yes.
good question.
want to know.
I don't think there's a matter of more importance as much as parallel movements. We're gonna do what we do.
And protecting the product.
We gotta protect the product.
Mm.
Agreed. Just can't let
Congratulations.
I think protecting the
Congratulations.
Congratulations
all
on
four
it.
of us.
Yeah, congratulations.
Your business owners, fellas.
Congratulations.
You have a business.
Wow.
It's not good. It's not
Sounds
good
weird.
enough stuff.
Sounds weird to hear that.
Yeah.
Sounds weird to hear that.
Yo, you gonna be the only one that don't want to be a millionaire.
So we're going already. So
Capitalizing, baby.
Yo, Bernie's in top 3, baby. Bernie's in top 3, baby.
Yes.
You're like Jeff Bezos. You have a business.
You have a business. Started out in a cubicle.
I found out he started out with $300,000 too.
We ain't got the 300,000 yet.
Yeah. He has a
did.
little bit of money.
You got to add that in there, not just the garage.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that start out with 300,000 and make it to 3 million. There's another dude that made 300,000.
I know.
He had money. He had access.
But I like the starting point.
But he had a startup. At least. He started from somewhere.
Yeah.
His bottom is different. But that's the only thing that I was offering last week is that we don't all start from the same place. He had a different startup than, I don't know, somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else has made it to that perspective or whatever. You know, nobody's made it to that perspective. He's the richest man in the world, right?
Second.
Go a little bit.
Second.
Well, not counting like you can't count like drug lords.
No. Like there's princes out there, right? Aren't there like
Yeah, but
princes?
you can't count it because people can't count their money because their money's like hidden and stuff.
Yeah.
So then you can't really say he's the second richest person in the world.
That you can count. Yeah,
He's the second
On
most
paper.
recorded.
On paper.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
count.
Okay.
All right.
Most recorded.
Alex hates him.
Until he gets his toilet paper on Tuesday. When he gets his
Fuck
toilet
it.
paper
Fuck
on
it.
Tuesday,
Until then-
it's all good.
I don't hate anyone. All right. I'll say that. I'll say that on the podcast.
I'm sorry.
Yo, what's up, man? How were y'all weekends, fellas?
Mine's was good. Family came into town from New York.
What part of New York?
They're
We out
upstate,
there.
close to Albany.
Oh,
Griselda.
Cortland.
They out there with Griselda.
Oh man.
Buffalo?
Tell Virgil White, brick on my brick.
They came down. We had an adult sleepover.
All right, let's get into this for a
For the
second.
family.
What's an adult
No, it was just
sleepover?
the adults sleeping. We didn't leave the house. We was at my cousin's house. We were drinking,
Yeah.
chilling, having a good time. People went to sleep.
Yeah.
Adult sleep. It wasn't nothing crazy.
I mean, you get in where you fit in.
Meaning,
Like on the couch,
Floor. Yeah.
air mattress.
Wherever.
Oh, you didn't fall asleep first? My nigga, you gotta sleep in the
Oh,
bathroom.
you didn't.
That ain't going
I was on the floor. I was hurting.
Oh, I said my back still hurt.
I was like,
We had epic sleepovers.
First person to fall asleep?
Oh man.
As a kid or as an adult?
Man.
As a kid.
Well, nigga, they'll still do it right now.
They'll do it right now. Don't fall asleep, bro.
Yo, I have been intoxicated a bunch around them. I refuse to fall asleep.
Lowercase J.
Okay.
What does that even mean?
That was you. That was your
That's how you were
nickname.
passed out. You were passed out like a lowercase J.
So the one time it happened,
The one.
I got a whole
no.
letter.
You got a whole letter inside.
So I know
it was
now-
a perfect lowercase J.
I'm so glad y'all didn't fuck with me.
No, we left you alone. But the
I'd
way that you were.
I'd rather be a kid, right? Because when we were kids,
Yeah.
there wasn't this. Right.
Right.
So all you have is the memory of maybe getting shaving cream in your face. Right. As adults,
Or the warm water,
Yeah, whatever.
pee on
Yeah.
yourself.
You ain't
But
got
now
that
as an
posted.
adult-
Yeah.
you fall asleep first
You
Got
got
him.
that right there.
Got him.
for the world to see.
Or the actual video.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, we didn't have that. Thank God.
So my cousin has just about everything we did during our Finnegan's days.
Yo, what kind of phone did he have?
No, he had the.
You got the Kanye laptop?
No, it was like I don't want to say MP3, but it was like a video recorder that was like a little bigger than this, and he just had it with him, and he was always recording everything we did.
So, what do we have to pay him to get the videos of you? What's the cousin's name? How about we just start
Oh, it's my
there?
cousin Dennis.
Oh, Dennis has everything.
That's what I'm saying. See, he knows.
Dennis has
The
everything.
videos he got, though, I'm not ashamed of him. I talk about him all the time. He's got one of me. He's probably got multiple videos.
Hold
but
on,
the
this
most
is a
embarrassing
video
one.
of a man warning you.
No, not one. I don't know if he was warning me. I was too.
I'm where I'm at. I'm where I'm at tonight.
You just
Get
reminded
with
me.
it.
I wish we could talk about that epic night to New Bedford, man.
New Bedford.
That night. Yeah.
Sounds
That
like
night.
Cape
We can talk about
Verdeans
certain
involved.
aspects, can't we?
Since I got a future.
No, there was too many people involved that can't defend themselves, so they weren't here.
Yeah.
They're not here.
All right, so
Does it have to include those?
We can include the. We can say the story.
Can we
right?
memo? Can we
Yeah.
memo that for like have the passengers
Sure.
that
Yeah,
day
Yeah, because
come back and talk about that one?
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. That was a classic night. I was telling that story.
Are they people that frequent the podcast?
There's niggas
Family.
involved.
There's people that are in the family text.
in our circle? They're in our circle.
Okay.
The fact that they wouldn't say it let me know.
Everybody in our circle was involved.
Yes, I don't want to go too far, but so
I feel like Corn had hair.
Yeah, right. Word. Carolina.
I feel like
He probably had braids. He
this
probably
nigga
had braids, right?
Ari had a season.
Nah,
remember
Ari always had.
Yeah.
He always had hair?
He's
Yeah.
had hair for a while.
Yeah.
And you know I have no receding hairline.
Nope.
Nope. Alex
Neither
don't
does.
either. Damn, what happened to
Because I am.
What happened to Kaba? Shit.
Word, man.
Kaba got to be looking at Al the whole time like, word. You want to let the curl drip
got a
over the
ponytail?
top? You got a ponytail in the front? You gonna put your ponytail to the front?
You just gonna cut your hair however you want?
Oh, all right. That's cool.
Just gotta change colors and shit, huh? You just gotta change
Oh,
colors.
your beard grow as long as your hairline? Okay. Yeah, I see you, player.
Oh man.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It started off in Boston, which
I saw that picture.
Lobster.
Yeah, again, some lobster.
yep, that was unexpected. That was pretty dope.
What's the name of the restaurant?
Yankee something? Yankee Stadium, I guess.
In
They've got
Boston?
Yankee stadiums in Boston?
I don't know why.
Fuck yeah, boy. We rep that shit, boy.
I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, Yankee Lobster.
Yankee Lobster.
On a waterfront where
got
the
it.
So it's not
Bank of
Yankee
America Stadium is at. Yeah.
So
Did
it's about right.
Did they have a lobster macaroni and cheese there?
There could have been.
I
It looked like
believe
the place that probably had the best lobster
even
macaroni and
in
cheese.
Boston, you need a Yankee.
So right next to it was Harpoon. Harpoon Brewery.
They catch the beer with a spear. Right through the can. And then they bring it up to your
Serve it
plate.
to you.
You got to drink it out of the spear.
We went right there, and then we were looking for a place to eat, and we heard about this Yankee Lobster place. No brainer.
0 to 10, Yankee Lobster place. You can make it yourself, the perfect version.
Because I'd never been to another place. 9. I don't know what a 10 feels like. So because I've never been to another place.
But how about the fact that you ate it and now you know what it tastes like? You can replicate it yourself. Could you make it better than what they offered you? And we go down to Rhode Island, right down to the lobster traps, pick them bitches up by what? $4.80 a pound.
Yep.
Come back upstairs. Everybody got.
Yeah, we could definitely do some crazy stuff, right?
We can make it right.
Yeah, we can make it right.
So 8, 6.
Nope. There was gangster music inside.
Oh, we didn't know that. We didn't know you playing pop. We didn't know you were playing pop.
It wasn't even pop. It was like NWA. It was like NWA side, like B side. Like it was shit that you haven't heard of in ages.
Damn.
And it was only 5:30 on a Friday. It wasn't crazy. People were just getting out of work.
How the hell your ass get to a lobster
How the hell?
spot?
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. That's what
I
I'm
gotta
saying.
borrow
It's a
more
nine.
money from Cabo.
This is what I'm saying. It was crazy because all we did was we took the train. We took the train to South Station. From
So that's a
South,
3:30 leave.
no, that's a 1:15 leave.
Even earlier.
Okay.
Yep.
So you didn't work on Friday.
I didn't work on Friday. No. I took Friday
trying to
off.
calculate the time.
Took Friday off.
I was like, God damn.
You got a helicopter?
1:15.
Reem's trying to get it early. Like, wait, so that's at 3:30? Like, what's going on?
3:30. You get there at 4:30. You already got reservations. Like, nah, we was on a 1:15. 1:15. Oh, you walked around a little bit. You went to the aquarium.
You had yourself a morning.
A day.
Oh, man. No, I didn't work.
I was thrown off. I was like 5:30.
I didn't work.
Friday.
So I took my time, man. I got up 8.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? 8 o'clock. Went to the gym.
Good for
Had
you.
breakfast. You know what I'm saying? I had a day. I had a
Stretched.
morning. Just stretched. You know what I'm saying?
Twice.
Yeah.
Stretched twice.
Whatever. Yeah. Right? I had time.
Seafood
I had time. But we didn't know what we wanted to do. We just knew that was waterfront, and we knew that there was going to be something to eat around the
I
area.
think it's Bank of America Stadium.
I think you're right. I think I saw a Bank of America over
I
there.
think that's it, and then the maybe like Hilton or something. There's major hotels on that.
Major hotels.
Yeah.
Major hotels.
Yeah, right in front of the water.
But and they're building craziness out of control. But we knew we wanted to go to like a brewery or something. I'm not gonna drink all the March, so let's go somewhere where we can get some drinks. So we went to Harpoon, and as I was at Harpoon, I was like, well, let's see what's around the area, and it was like Yankee Lobster, 5.5 stars.
26 championships.
Everybody loves it.
28 championships.
So 28 championships.
Yankee Lobster.
Yo, we got there, and we were like, nah, this can't be it. This can't be it. It looked like
Hole in the wall.
hole in the wall.
But what that lobster tastes
Good
like.
food.
Out of control.
Food.
Yeah.
And that NWA, it was crazy.
And that's the best shit
I
that
like
you
that.
need, right?
I like that.
Like, we can go to
5.5
if we wanted
stars.
to.
Yeah.
Ambiance, like I need somebody playing a violin.
Yeah.
No, I don't
No,
need that.
no, don't need
It's
that.
some gangster shit.
You got some shell crackers. Yeah, let me get that.
Yep.
Let me get a bib.
Lobster, rip that open. Beers on tap.
Yep.
Need the butter.
It was on tap.
Only question I have is total cost. I'm like, all right, the two of us ate. You had a lobster, I had a lobster. You had lobster macaroni and cheese. God damn it. And you had the crab French fries. God damn it.
No. So
$64.
check this out. She had a drink. I had a drink.
Like it,
Lobster.
like it.
Biscuit, and fries.
Biscuits was charged?
It was just
Lobster,
it was just
biscuit, and
lobster,
fries. I
biscuit,
like that.
fries. We just got lobsters.
Give me
It
the
came
total
with biscuit
number.
and fries.
Give me total number.
No. I want you to guess.
$87.
What would you pay? What would you be comfortable with?
For 2 lobsters,
A drink.
2 drinks.
2 drinks.
That's it. But the lobster comes with a biscuit and fries.
Lobster comes with biscuit and fries.
57.
23, 56.
80.
2 drinks, 17 apiece, 34, 56 on top of 34, $94.
9401.
70.
I'm with that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the
hard to
honorable
say.
mention, my nigga.
Shout out all there. Yankee Lobster. That's my honorable mention.
It's crazy.
Podcast trip.
I thought that was crazy.
Podcast trip.
We left there and we were like, yo, this is...
I don't need seafood, so they better have something else.
What?
No, it's called Yankee Lobster.
No, I promise you. Ain't no
I'm sure there isn't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there isn't.
You got fries?
Fries.
Potatoes out there.
Yeah. Nah, I don't do seafood, so I'm
At all.
Tell me why.
It's gross.
What?
That would not be the accurate answer. I'll let you rebuttal yourself.
Yes.
What problem do you have with
Seafood.
80% of the world? That's what I want you to tell me. You have 80% problem with the world.
No, I have 80% of problem eating food that comes from the water.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Shall we? Do we got time for this?
Not a mussel. Not a shrimp.
Nothing.
Not
It doesn't
crab.
smell appetizing.
What?
And because it doesn't smell appetizing, I feel like I'm gonna taste what I smell, and it's gonna be gross. So I don't want it.
Fair enough. You know what? Thank
Eat-
God I
eat
don't have that
asparagus?
taste buds.
Eat asparagus?
Yes.
Doesn't smell appeasing at all.
Asparagus
But I
is
know it's good for
probably
me.
top
That's why I
5 worst thing. But you
Brussels
have to
sprouts?
add it.
Brussels sprouts?
Nah. I take offense now. Growing up, I hated Brussels sprouts.
I love them
Because
now too, but
it
they
just-
stink.
It just came at a place where like my grandmother was serving them. Like, go ahead, get these Brussels
that.
sprouts.
Yeah.
You need these Brussels sprouts. I'm
Stink.
like, this is terrible. Horrible.
Oh.
When I started to
No.
learn how to make
Yeah,
Brussels
Brussels sprouts
sprouts,
are good.
salt, pepper, garlic,
Yes.
broil,
Yeah.
boop,
Delicious.
delicious.
Yeah, they're the best things ever.
I'm not gonna equate that to why Alex has a problem.
True. But he's talking about smell. If it doesn't smell good, he doesn't.
You know what it doesn't sit well with me? Anything with rice or egg. Rice pudding, flan.
Oh.
Baked egg is the worst thing that happened to humanity.
Baked
Big
egg.
egg?
Flan is a baked egg.
Is it?
Quiche is a baked egg.
No,
I can do quiche.
Yes, it is.
No, flan is like a caramel upside down cake, made with like a lot of condensed milk,
And egg
made with egg. Yep.
and
A lot of
baked.
sugar.
Yeah, but You make
Yeah.
any cake out of
But
eggs.
all cakes are made of eggs. You got
No. Where egg is not the primary piece
No,
of it.
flan
Is all egg.
It's a lot of egg.
It's all egg.
There's a lot of egg.
It's the worst thing that ever
I don't
happened.
like
eat
it
eggs?
I don't like it anyway.
I love eggs. Fry
A
them,
lot
throw
of
some bacon on the side.
Boil 'em.
I'm with it. Boil them, broil them. I don't care.
So what's the problem?
Baked.
It's texture.
Yeah.
It's like rice pudding and
rice
what's the other one? It's not cornucopia. Yes.
I hate that. Yeah.
I don't eat that shit either.
Nah, man. It's
Why
like
do they make that?
12 men nutted in my throat. I don't want another scoop, Mom. You gonna eat another scoop? You gonna get another? I done spent all day making this tapioca.
Yeah, that's just gross.
Please don't make me eat no more.
I think that's the reason why I don't like anything pink and anything white.
So you don't eat the potato salad with the beets in it?
Nope.
You're Dominican
You want to know why?
because you are anti-Dominican.
Nope. Because I'm anti-mayonnaise, and they put a ton of mayonnaise in that shit.
Man, mayonnaise is another thing.
They put mayonnaise in that. That is, I can't do it.
Yo, when anybody
Thousand
bites a
Island dressing?
sandwich, when they bite the sandwich, and then the white shit shows up on the side of their mouth, like Chris Matthews. Gross. Gross. I'm 100% in agreement with you, brother.
Yeah, no. So that's what I did. So we went there Friday, banged that out. That was dope. Saturday we went to Green Tenderfoot. Shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
March 14th, she has the spot.
Every month she has like 2 spots a month.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's
she's opening up the
that's
store.
spot.
Yeah, she's
That's
opening
spot.
up the store. Yeah. Shout out to her, man. She's
Shout
doing
out
her
to
thing.
her.
She was doing her thing. She ran out of products while we were there, right?
Yeah.
She ran out of shit.
Can I argue a little bit? What's her last name again?
Nah,
Why you wanna
I don't.
argue?
Nah,
It's just
I
Anna.
heard it. No, dog. You remember that at the end of that?
I know the rest of it, but like I tried to research Anna and Mad Dirty Anna.
No. Go to Green Tenderfoot.
Green Tenderfoot.
Yeah.
I want to know her last name so we can post that too. It's Anna Colombiana.
Nah, but shout out to her, man. Her little pop-up shop was dope, man, and it was in a place that I never even knew existed.
Bub,
Where at?
Bub, as the only guy who's in the streets, did you know that there was an upscale supermarket across the street from Central?
Yes.
Y'all knew that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I walked in there like, where am I?
Yeah, I didn't
That's-
know that. And
that's
I didn't
where-
know there was,
that's where
I didn't
she
know it was a
parked in.
co-op. That's what she parked.
It's a park thing. It's a co-op.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's the one. It's not Central. It's the other school that has the
No, it's not
metallic
Central.
Oh, he's talking about PC.
with the field and all that.
Oh, you're talking like P-Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's behind the Citizens
Yeah.
Bank.
Yeah,
right
That's
there,
the
right there.
one, right?
Citizen Bank is gone.
It's across the street. It's in a smaller building.
Okay.
I shouldn't say that. It's not there anymore.
It's not there.
It's not there anymore.
It's not in the big. It's not in the big.
No. You know what they did? They went across the street.
Yeah, you moved across the street
They-
too.
and it looks like a
To the
community fucking bank.
It does.
To the classical diner?
No, so it's on Westminster. It's on the Westminster side now.
Yeah.
Across the street.
Oh.
Like a nice looking
It's
fucking
nice.
bank.
Got a
Honestly,
drive-thru, got a nice
yeah.
drive-thru.
I've been driving past that. I don't know what to call it. That community.
Bob knows what to call it.
Yeah.
What do you
I've been driving by it a lot, and it's been there for a long time. I didn't know that.
there's no
shit
way
was
it's been there a long time.
8 months.
Yeah, at least
8 months?
8 months.
Yeah, at least.
Wow. I didn't know. I didn't. Jesus. I didn't.
But that's not where
I gotta get out
her
of my house now.
permanent pop-up shop was gonna be.
I don't know.
No.
I think
That's
she
not
said-
where. That's
The
just
permanent
where.
pop-up shop is on Main Street.
She
right?
had a store. Yeah. She had a
Yeah.
storefront. But this is where she was popping up. This is where she was just squatting. But she'll have a storefront, which is dope.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. Hey, do we know if this nigga ever made it home safely?
No.
We don't know. No. She fulfilled.
Yeah. Yeah. She gave us lotions and shampoos. Shout out to her.
Yeah,
Yo,
good.
one time for Alex buying lotion.
You probably wanted some of that lotion.
What?
Did you want an organic orgasm?
Organic.
Why you stop at lotion? Why do you get nostril hair removers? Why do you get?
She ran out of a lot of products. She had cleaning products.
Love it.
She had body products.
Love it.
She had hair products.
Yep.
I think that was it. And then she had like little trinkets, right? Like toothbrushes,
Tongue scrapers.
Straw cleaners.
Look at us supporting.
The
Yo,
only reason,
shout out to her, man. That was dope.
100% shout out to Anna. The only reason why I'm beefing about it is because the closest thing to Dominican Bernie is Al. And
you're right.
I want to know that he showed up at that pop up
Right.
like, whatever you need me to buy, you good.
Right. Yeah.
He's excited. I got some shampoo.
Lotion.
Yeah, it was,
I was gonna get some hair product, but
How's the lotion though?
I haven't used it yet. I gotta waste mine, and then I'm gonna start using that one.
You know what? That's that Democratic conservative in you. I'm gonna use mine first.
first.
When I'm done with that.
Yo, so we're talking about this conservative shit and this Bernie thing. So what we think? Do we
Game over.
do we think? Do any of us have an opinion on what's going on right now?
They are out. They're gonna try to fuck him over again. I totally 100%
Try to fuck who over? Bernie.
burn. Absolutely.
When you say they, are we talking about?
Yeah,
there you
I said
go.
that.
We gotta talk. Are we talking about
I said
they the
that.
Republicans, or are we talking about they the Democratic
Strong Carter
National
and them.
Convention?
Strong Carter in them.
Wow.
Yo,
So who's the they when he says the establishment? Isn't they the establishment? Who's
Yes.
the establishment when he says that?
yeah, that would be the establishment. You know,
Because he was like they keep using this word coup, right?
Yeah.
Like, do we know what a coup is?
Yeah, you do.
Trump used it.
You gotta think
Trump
about like
tweeted
a
that.
mutiny.
No, but
I
what
don't
is
think
it?
about a coup? I think about a mutiny, right? We're on a boat. We are finding out whether or not there is an America on the side of this ocean. I have come to a point where the captain of this boat is no longer reliable for decision making. Kill him. Let's get to America.
This is a survivor.
That's a coup to me. Mutiny is a coup to me.
Nah, a coup is.
But that's fine. That's a coup if you're in a boat on your way to this undiscovered land called America. But what's a coup?
A
in the
coup
political
Is it a coup?
frame of
It's a
mind
coup,
today?
right? The peace, huh?
Isn't it a tape?
Yeah.
You know what a
Because
coup
it's-
is?
yeah.
If they tell me that Bernie Sanders has either Klobuchar or Buttigieg as his vice president,
What?
it's not a coup.
No. You're right. Yes, you're right.
If that's a DNC pick, Bernie with one of these niggas that do not believe in universal health care, it's not a coup. But universal health care, let me be clear, I do not agree with at all.
Why?
Because I have paid 16 years into my career for my health insurance. If I need a new arm, I want my shit to be T2. Like, However, if poor Ricky loses his arm next week and he ain't paid into this goddamn health insurance, we'll slap a little rubber arm on him.
He ain't paid into what? There is no paid. There's universal, right?
This is what I'm saying. What does Universal provide?
No, you said you're against it. I'm saying, why are you against it?
I'm against enforcing universal health care on everyone
But why?
because I have a private income with the corporation that I work for, and I've been paying into that insurance.
But what if that goes away? What if you're no
I don't
longer?
want it to go away ever.
What if that goes away and nothing changes with your health plan?
Yeah.
I never want your mom who needs a heart transplant, and she has been receiving government assistance for the last 10 years. I don't want her to compete with me, who needs a heart transplant, and I have been paying into individual insurance.
But you are,
What's-
she's not
what's-
in
what's the
competition
meaning?
with you because it's no longer applies because it's universal health care now.
No, that's
So
what I'm
she's
saying.
no longer
I-
in competition with
I
you.
don't want that to ever be the case.
But that's not the case. What I'm saying is, if health care, right, if the care that you receive doesn't change, meaning the way that I can go to the hospital today is the same way that I can go to the hospital with universal health care. If that doesn't change, then why is it that we have such a stop to universal health care?
Because it's gonna change. Is that like if everybody is available for a kidney transplant, then we're just talking about how many available kidneys do we have. If we have 20 available kidneys and there are 20 people who need a transplant, all 20 of them get the transplant. That's universal health.
So what you're saying is...
What I'm saying is there are 30 people who need a transplant. There are only 10 kidneys.
So the priority is going to you.
I want to buy one of those 10. 100%. Save me.
I do not understand how we live in a fucking world where people like that. How do you not see universal healthcare as? How do you not see healthcare as a human right?
But you don't pay into it the same.
No, but wait.
He's saying if you
because
universal, you don't have.
Reem has a point, right? If you have in Rhode Island, right? In Rhode Island alone, if you have, let's say, 30 people that need a lung transplant or whatever, and you only have 10 lungs.
I would need
somebody.
I will buy one of those.
Either somebody's going to die, or there's going to be some level of priority that needs to be set. Right. All I'm saying is, there are other countries that deal with this situation, that are top level countries, right? That have universal basic income, and they deal with these situations in a manner where it more helps than hinders. So it's a better.
I agree.
It's a better.
We should definitely adopt it.
Yeah.
This is why I said Bernie and Klobuchar or Bernie.
They are the establishment. Why do you want somebody who's the establishment?
No.
He is against.
Go ahead. Let me know.
He really down.
No, don't reel it down. Turn it up.
Turn up, Alex. Turn up, Alex.
Why? You want complete socialism?
No, but why does it have to?
Why do you think you get to live as much as I do?
You know what's funny about people who hate socialism? Yeah. They're the same people who believe that they're going to die and go to heaven. Do you know what heaven is? Yeah, heaven is socialism. Yeah, so the idea that you think that while you're alive, that I don't understand this mindset that we live, why don't we care about people?
Can I dial back for just 1 second to let you know I'm a Democratic conservative? I don't believe in heaven.
No. You said something else last week. But Democratic.
I don't believe in heaven like that.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just talking about
capitalist.
Democratic capitalist.
Come on, man. I was listening.
I tried to play it nice. I promise you, I will let 1 million people die before I die and miss Megatron's life. I promise you I will.
I can't disagree with that.
What are you talking about?
So you know that
you're a capitalist.
No. Listen.
If you do that, you're a capitalist.
Fuck it.
I will let 1 million people die before my son dies while I'm still alive.
You know that they say that that's the reason why people are reluctant for voting for like healthcare services or government services.
That's bullshit.
No. Listen. It's because from an ancient perspective, if we have to survive, who the fuck are you that needs help? Yo, get up off your ass and let's go. So from an instinctual perspective, it's almost like life or death, right? We gotta let's go. But there's also that other perspective, right? Like, I don't know.
Civility?
No. Not civility, because you don't have to agree to understand, right? Like, I don't have to agree with you in order to understand you, right? So there's that level of, because I don't understand you, there's an added level of fear, right? So there's not only is it that level of, hey, I don't want you to have these governmental services.
And you don't understand me.
But because I don't understand you, now I fear what I don't understand, right? So now it's like, yo, get that type of mentality and systematic approach away from me, and it creates these layers of...
Can I make an asshole statement?
Right?
I got an asshole statement. Not everybody deserves to live.
Right. Under what circumstances, though?
Humanity.
Okay.
Under the humane standard.
Under the ecosystem standard, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing deserves to live.
Yo, you either will ascend or we have to kill you. It's better for us. And this is where it gets tricky because the Germans took that to the way next level. Thank you very much for putting me onto the Hunters.
Dope, right?
Fantastic.
Dope, right?
Fantastic.
I keep hearing that.
Fantastic.
Dope.
But at that point, they took it to an extreme. I'm not saying everybody doesn't have the right to live. You have the right to live. Live. When your right to live interferes with my cost to live, we gotta talk about it.
See, I death though. I like your first perspective better than your. I don't think anybody has. I don't think anything has any right to anything.
Survival.
Survival, bro.
If I bit you in the throat,
Yo,
you're dead.
if you disagree, go watch a video of a tortoise having turtles on a beach.
Mm-hmm. Make it or die.
Dead.
Are we
They
turtles,
were
though?
just introduced.
Are we turtles though? Are we smarter than turtles?
No.
We're not?
According
Shit, I am.
We're not.
So we have
am.
much more capabilities that we understand.
What is our capability, though? Our capability is destroying the planet that we
That's
keep
one
finding
perspective.
out.
But
You know what
another
I mean?
perspective is our capability is that a turtle can't fucking make it to the moon.
Because we
A
value
turtle
the moon.
can't make it to outer space.
Hey, the turtle would have been fine here in America.
I'm not
Nobody
saying
going-
that a turtle wouldn't be fine.
Right.
But I'm saying that's the difference.
Because we are built with that innate want to achieve more. Started out monkeys, gorillas, humans, growth, all of that evolution, right? We started doing that. And now we're at a point where have we evolved faster than we need to? I think we have. Which is why we should start thinking about green tenderfoot, which is why we should start thinking about how to reduce our carbon footprint. I don't have a problem with that. At the same time, if I have to live more than anybody else, murder.
Well,
Murder.
No, because
I'm not dying.
A lot
so
of us have
the
to
world's
work
savage.
a lot of us have to work
Savage.
way more than a lot of us that don't. Right?
What?
A lot of us have to work way more than some of us that don't.
Is that true?
Of course.
Of course it is.
If you hold a standard, if you don't have a standard, if all your standard is,
Sam,
is
if you're
to
born
be-
into Mike Tyson, what standard do you have?
if all your standard is,
Whenever you put a temper tantrum, he buys you a house to make you happy.
But that's
you
what
don't
I'm
have a
talking-
standard.
No.
You've been grown into this model.
that skewers the objective. What I'm saying is, if you have a standard of basic survival needs, and I'm going back to Cro-Magnon man, right? Like fruits, berries, fucking hunter, gatherer. I only need light for this many hours. I only need oxygen for this many hours. I only need this much food. We as a society have placed a value on what you need. We don't even know what we need anymore. We don't need any of that extra shit.
Agreed.
But we
But where does it-
capitalize
where does it
off
come-
of
so
that
what's the
need.
standard? What's the standard?
Where's the standard?
Where does that mentality come from?
It's just
No, you
systemic
can't tell me.
approach.
You can't tell me that. I don't know how you can look at life and see that there
I can't
isn't-
save everybody.
That's fine. I'm not asking you to save everybody.
But what if I only wanted to save us four? And if I meant saving us four, I'd have to shoot 6 babies in the head. Should I not do it?
What are we surviving
That's
from?
way too extreme. Why don't you have to hug teddy bears, bro? Like Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Why can't you hug?
It's a real world. I've been watching the hunters. I've been watching the hunters. It's a real world out here. You know what I mean?
This is-
in order for us four to
this is-
live,
this
I
is-
gotta shoot 6 babies in the
This
face.
is the same guy that said if his son was a mass murderer.
Yeah, gotta
Done
get rid of
deal.
that.
Backyard, you gotta go.
Backyard.
Hey, not contributing to society.
Hey, no, but Reem, you bring up a good point because you're saying that we should slow down, but there are people out there that are saying we are behind the times.
Hell yeah, they're starving. There's too many people in the world.
You think it's the people that are starving or the people that are okay?
I'm not saying
I'm
that.
not saying
people that are
you,
starving.
but there are people in the world that's like, yo, I need less people in the world.
Yes.
If I had less people to share it with,
No, but I'm telling you that there are people in the world
That are okay.
that are not only okay, but think we should be further than where we. You're saying we should start slowing down because we are beyond our needs.
like slowing down murder.
Like slowing down, trying to pursue more things, I think is what you were saying. Like we have too much needs where we don't really, air quotes, need
Right.
all these
Right,
needs,
right,
right? Air quotes. But I'm saying that there's other people that think,
Yeah,
like, what do you think about those other people that think differently, that are like, yo, but, like Elon Musk, right? Like, he thinks, no,
Gotta
we're
go.
fucking apes, man. We gotta get,
Gotta
we're
go.
still apes, bro. Like, we gotta take off. Like, we're still behind the times. You know what I mean?
Slow him down. Slow him down.
Slow him down.
Honestly, the world right now, and there's no more example than the coronavirus. It is literally crippling societies across the whole world, where one disease pops off in one place and it has this global impact.
Is it crippling societies?
Not if you're a capitalist.
It's causing
No. But is it really doing that?
No.
Yeah.
It's causing angst.
Yeah.
Hey, guess
Causing
what?
panic.
Guess what?
But is it crippling? But I'm really asking.
Guess
I
what
don't
he
know.
did? Guess what he did? Right? He invested his money into a place that was like health conscious, this, that, and the third, and I just wanted to do more. I'm close to the streets. That company, belly up right now. Just happened. Belly up. Can't do it. There are only major companies right now that have hedged themselves against a global pandemic. How many countries have thought about a global pandemic? He invested in one. That's fine. Sound good to him when he did it. She's done already. All of them got coronavirus. However, the people that are going to make the most amount of money right now, and I probably shouldn't say it, but I'll say it right now. Look at the interest rate and commodity exchange in the last 2 weeks. It is the most activity that has ever happened because the price of the euro has dropped, the price of the pound has dropped, the price of US dollar versus Mexican peso has increased. There are people that are going to win.
But is that the measurement of society? Is that how we measure society? Like when we say societies are plummeting.
Not me personally.
Right. But is
But
that
as
the
our
measure?
country,
Yeah.
we have to take that into accountability.
Yeah.
And we are. I promise you, nobody here is going to go broke.
Is it a pandemic?
Yeah.
Why? What constitutes a pandemic?
What constitutes... Anytime you can get 2% of the population.
Has it gotten 2% of the population?
Yeah.
No way.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No way.
No. It's
I'm
only
sorry,
been like
fat-
22,000 in China.
2% of the infected. It has 2% of the infected.
No, then that would make the flu a pandemic.
It is a pandemic. The flu kills 40 million people a
The
year.
flu has killed more people than coronavirus.
I promise you, the flu
No,
is
that's what I'm saying.
more
The flu
dangerous.
is more dangerous.
Oh no, there's a reason
Man.
why there's a flu fucking vaccine. Like that shit kills people.
There should be a cigarette vaccine. 100,000 people
No,
die
no, no.
a day from cigarettes.
We make money off cigarettes.
We're not making money off coronavirus.
We're not making money off coronavirus. It's what I'm trying to tell you. It's no beef, but like, if you did the numbers right, and you said there are 350 million people in America, and you say 1/3 of America is going to be impacted by the coronavirus, that's say 100 million people, and we say out of the 100 million people influenced, 2% are going to die. That is 2 million Americans that will die from the coronavirus. That is 1/3 of the fucking Holocaust. And they talk about that for decades.
But what I'm asking is, so it is a pandemic. So a pandemic is any disease that can be transferable. It's basically a pandemic.
Human contact transferable.
Yeah. So once it's transferable throughout different countries, it's a pandemic. But H1N1 was a pandemic.
Swine flu, right?
But H1N1 was like dropping people like fast, like as fast as this one. Remember H1N1? It was like wash your hands, wash your hands.
I'm about to wash my hands right now.
Yeah, like yo, wash your hands. You get somebody that, wash your hands. Should we?
You should be afraid.
Should you be afraid of
be afraid.
this virus and why?
Bob's not.
I'm not.
Because I'm not afraid.
Me either. There's too
And I
many
don't
other
know
things
why.
going on
All
in the
right,
world.
you
for
shouldn't
to-
be afraid when you stop your living.
No.
However,
I'm preventative.
should you wash your hands
Absolutely.
more? Yeah.
You should wash your hands, period.
Period. I wash my hands whenever I walk through a door and there is a sink. I wash my hands. Before this, I didn't. I was like, just walk in here. I walked into fucking Chick-fil-A.
And you should
Order my food
You should
out.
wash your hands more than you use hand sanitizer. That's a fact.
100%.
Yeah. Because people would just
They should
Like
have
Mos Def.
That shit's all sold out everywhere.
go play in dirt. Hand sanitizer. Hands are clean.
They showed a demographic of it where you put the hand sanitizer on for like 10 seconds, your shit is still lit up. You need to wash your hands with soap for 20 seconds or more for it to really take control. You know what my brother told me? Works at a hospital in New York City. The mask that people are putting on, waste of time.
No,
Of course.
only the infected should wear the mask.
No, he's saying you need an N95 mask. If you don't have an N95 mask, y'all niggas is just breathing through cotton.
Are you also wearing gloves though?
No.
So
just
why are you wearing a mask if you're not wearing gloves?
Because it is a.
But also they said
I'm with you.
I don't understand the mask thing.
so from what I heard is like
it's airborne. So that means
people that are not infected shouldn't wear the mask because breathing
It
in
makes sense. You should wear the mask if you are
Are
infected,
infected, yeah.
because now you've pointed yourself out as. However, what my brother is saying is that even the
But
people
it's a
that
type
put
of
the
mask.
mask
it's
on,
got to be a specific type of mask.
they think they're breathing in clean air. No, if it's not an N95 mask, you're not breathing in anything. And guess what's on back order in all of the hospitals in New York?
coronavirus.
N95 mask.
Oh.
Wait. Nobody else is gonna get
Somebody got to die.
Nah.
I mean, they have said that it's man-made, right? I mean, you have heard that.
I believe it.
I strongly believe that.
Yo, we were in the second leg of the trade deal with China.
Conspiracy.
We're in the second leg of the trade deal. My man just got acquitted with Senate.
Ooh, juicy.
Then
Let's kill
out
some
of
people.
nowhere.
Let's kill our own people.
Don't matter. I got
Doesn't matter.
1.4 billion. I got people to lose. If it fucks up the United States stock market, and we talking about a trade war,
Money.
I love this life. Wash your hands as early and often as possible.
Only if they dirty, though, right?
No,
Only if you do something dirty.
I just scratched my arm.
Yeah,
I said,
like
I
Wash
gotta
them
wash
shits.
So, real quick, while we're talking about coronavirus, I've seen this article on CNN. It shows, it's a NASA image, and it shows since the coronavirus, China's pollution has decreased.
Sounds according to plan.
Are they killing the right people? Is that what's happening?
No, it's not even killing them. They're keeping the right people in the house.
Coronavirus is targeted.
You don't go outside. We don't have to burn public transportation. You are sitting in your house. You are only going to throw out one garbage bag a day.
So that's part of the pandemic, right?
The whole pandemic aspect of it is like, yo, sit in the house. How many people right now? What was the measure you gave us just now?
I don't give it measure.
No, he just said the pollution is.
The pollution has decreased.
Yeah. So this little, it says, so
Because-
Aren't people quarantined? There's a lot of people quarantined.
Exactly.
production
People are
in many
not outside.
factories has been halted and transportation has been restricted.
Well, look what's going on
Are you saying
here.
it's a police
They're
state in
closing
China?
schools.
It's a police state in China?
They're closing schools here. There's 3 schools that have been closed.
I heard that there was school closed because my baby brother's cousin has has a cough, so we gotta shut down.
Yo, honestly, close the school.
Yeah, shut down the school.
Close. And
St.
it cost
Ray's-
twice.
But why close the school?
St. Ray's was closed because
Why close schools?
Because you can't afford the cost of coronavirus.
What's the cost of coronavirus to kids?
It's not affecting kids.
You
not
said
affecting kids.
No,
It's not
no, no.
affecting kids.
Listen,
It's only affecting weak immune systems.
when
Right?
I say you can't afford the cost, I'm saying that a weak
Can't run a school
immune
without
system
adults.
that you fuck with, right? So let's just say it's the
You're in a
teacher.
school system.
should,
Right?
should they close prisons?
That's what I'm saying. You don't have the teachers there anymore. You don't have the corrections officers there anymore. You have to hire new people to come in there, sanction, clean, this, that, and the third.
For
That-
what? What are you saying?
Because if you're a teacher who contracts coronavirus,
Yeah.
you have
Or
just
sneezes.
now stopped leading 30 children. We have to find another one to replace you. If we can.
Close the school.
Close the school. 3 of you? Shit.
So if the teacher absolutely close the school.
But this
That's not what I'm saying.
cost
to
of
you.
it.
I'm saying there were schools closed, particularly I think it was East Greenwich, was closed because a kid's cousin's sister had coughed. This kid's cousin's sister wasn't even diagnosed yet.
Yeah, it is hypothermia.
It was a cough.
But at the same time,
The doctor hasn't even seen the kid.
bro, that shit incubates for 14 days. That cough could have been nothing.
So we have to immediately turn into a blood orange or a red
I want to go to school.
and close down the school.
You know what? I want you to start thinking about this shit like the plague.
I don't think we should be that afraid, man.
You don't have to.
Is that
do
what
that.
they-
I don't think we
I
should
think
let
that's what they're trying
that
to
much
do.
fear, man.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Nah, man.
If you say that we're not afraid, we're not afraid, right?
we shouldn't be that afraid. We should be prepared.
Then
not
we should
afraid.
be comfortable with 2 million people dying.
From coronavirus?
We should be prepared. We should be prepared.
2 million people dying.
I'm not comfortable with
coronavirus.
this.
We should be prepared. Why should we be
That,
comfortable?
yo,
with
that
Who wants to be comfortable? Why do you keep going with this death extreme?
but-
Nobody wants to be comfortable with
Do
killing
you know where I got the 2
people
Do you know
die.
where I got the 2 million from? I got it from if 1/3 of the American population gets diagnosed with the coronavirus, 2 million people die from it because it has a 2% mortality rate. You just told me the flu kills 40 million people every year. So
I don't know how much it kills.
Right. So what I'm saying is 350 million people in America, let's say less than 1/3 of them contract the coronavirus. 100 million people. 2%, 100 million people, 2 million people. 2 million people die from this disease. It touches way closer to home than we're thinking about.
Exactly. So why should we be comfortable with that?
I'm with you, bro. I'm like, hey, hit these niggas on Gilligan's Island. Get them the fuck away from me and Megatron and McGuire. They all gotta go. I'm ready to initiate executive order. Get them out of here.
Jesus.
Right? But to Alex's point,
What if one of them is Megatron?
universal healthcare. If it's Megatron,
Take him in the backyard?
yo, nah. I
Get him out of here. Get him out of
kiss
here.
him in the mouth.
Now you got it.
You go together?
We go
You gotta
together.
go. Yeah, you gotta
we
go.
go
Yeah,
together. I either die with Megatron or I die alone. Get strong, boy.
I don't know how we got here. I have no idea how we got to the coronavirus. I wasn't even.
You did.
Now, honestly,
You brought it up again because you talked about China.
It's super
Pollution.
serious.
I don't know that.
You talking about original?
How serious is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because we was talking about.
I know it's affecting people.
We're
right?
we're comparing it to a virus that can kill 40 million people a year.
No,
That's a big deal.
we're being told that.
Yes.
No, we heard it from Iran. We heard it from Italy. We heard it from.
We've been told.
So we're beefing with the media.
No, I'm just asking. How do we know these? I'm not beefing.
I'm fine. I'm listening.
How do
he-
we know
no,
these things?
I think Reeves was like,
Nah, I'm
okay.
listening.
Yeah. How do we know these things? Like, we keep hearing these reports,
Do
right?
you think it's in Rhode Island?
It says
There was a report today.
No, I don't give a fuck about it because we don't care about what we heard. Is it in Rhode Island?
I
right
don't
now?
know.
I don't know.
Are you preparing as it is in Rhode Island?
I think I've been preparing
I'm
for a
trying.
long time.
Yeah.
Because you are a goddamn bunker resourcian. You're ready for the end of the world. Bubs is not. Do you think?
I'm in the streets.
Do you
I'm in the
think
streets.
right now
in the
coronavirus
streets,
is here in Rhode Island?
I don't know.
Do you think you are prepared for coronavirus in Rhode Island?
Yes.
Tell me how.
Living my life.
There you go. Okay. And I like that. I promise you, wash your fucking hands. Wash your hands.
Watch your ass.
Make your babies wash their hands and their ass. I'm 100%
Get away from
with you. How we get here, bro?
You're asking the wrong person.
Now, because we're talking about Bernie, then we started talking about universal health care.
That's
Yeah, who y'all voting for?
That's right.
Are you allowed to say it?
I don't know yet.
Say it.
I don't know.
Who y'all supporting? I don't know.
I know who I'm supporting.
Who you supporting?
Democratic National Representative.
Whoever that is.
Yes.
Whoever that is.
With either Buttigieg or
Isn't it funny that they both
Huh?
Klobuchar.
As a vice president?
Vice President?
Yes.
As a vice president.
No, I don't think she needs to be a vice president or he needs to be a vice president. I just need that combination of Warren's out. She's weird to me. Bernie, Buttigieg, or Klobuchar. Yeah, one of those two.
Gotcha.
I'm with it.
he will not be getting my vote if he does that.
Bernie
You want Bernie to
Absolutely
do Bernie on Sanders?
No, I don't want Sanders. I told you.
Then
No, not
who's
Sanders.
the vice president?
Warren.
Warren. I don't want Warren. I don't want Warren.
All right, so if it's Sanders president, who's your vice president?
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm waiting to see who he's gonna pick. Because
I'm
depending
saying-
on who he picks, it's gonna determine how I'm gonna.
I'm saying Sanders.
So you're not voting at all?
Because you can't say you're anti-establishment and then pick the establishment as your VP. You're not doing anything different from the other
So do you not vote?
establishments.
You're not going to
I won't vote.
Ooh.
Then I won't vote.
You will vote.
I will not vote.
Whatever. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this shit right now.
Just do it now.
Dave, we had
Just
beef
do it
before,
now.
and I promise you, whatever direction this fucking podcast takes, we can talk about. We will all vote.
Alex will vote.
You will vote.
I don't know if we will all vote. I think we should have the freedom to choose.
I am against this system. It needs
I
to be
can't wait to
torn
be the
down.
showbiz dude. It's gonna happen. If you give me another 4 years of Donald Trump, this podcast is just mine. it's just fucking mine.
You recorded.
That's it. I'll lie 8 times a day. Do what I say. Come on, man. Who do you want as a perfect combination?
I don't have one. I honestly don't. Like I would.
You have a pool to pick from, though.
What's the pool?
You have Warren. You have
I don't want Warren.
Sanders.
You don't want the other two.
You have Buttigieg. You have Klobuchar. You have the girl from Hawaii.
There you go. That would be a perfect combination.
If you said
Bernie and Tulsi.
Bernie and Tulsi, I like the contradiction there. I do, but I think she's a Manchurian candidate.
Okay.
I really think that she's like
Okay.
planted, but
Okay.
whatever. She fought in the war.
Who was that? That was
The
Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine.
It was.
How about you?
I don't know yet.
Me either.
I don't know.
We have to vote really soon about who we're
November.
going to nominate
March.
as Democratic.
I think we vote in March.
At the end of March? That's for the polls or whatever, right? For the
That's for the Democratic
Democratic
nominee.
delegates or
for the
whatever. Yeah.
Meaning, if you don't vote right in March,
Yeah.
the person you want won't be there in September.
Yeah.
So, who do you vote for in March? Bloomberg?
No, Bloomberg's out.
Yeah.
Bloomberg's out. He
Yeah,
supported
Doris-
Biden.
So, yeah, so-
Yeah,
supported
my
Biden.
My nigga dropped a billion.
Uh-huh.
All that. I love it. I'm sorry. It's just a capitalist.
I think Biden's going to be the front runner.
Why? You like him?
I didn't say that. I said I think he's going to.
I'm asking you.
No.
Trump is going to destroy him.
Yes, he is. But I think.
But I
he's
think
the
there's
front runner
money
because of-
behind Biden. Like there was money behind Clinton. That's what I meant by the text message. There was, at the end of the day, even though Sanders in 2016, even though he had the bigger vote publicly, the money and the delegates really swung his.
Y'all asked that
perspective
question
down.
about are they pulling the coup on Sanders right now?
Yeah, Donald Trump said that.
But he said it for a reason.
because certain things could be happening.
I've come on this
Bernie
podcast and
can't
talked
win.
about how
Like he hasn't been winning in these states that he won last night, right? Like he won states that he didn't even campaign in.
Bernie.
Biden. Right, he's reported to be winning states by a long shot that he didn't even campaign in.
I'm so anti-Biden, bro. I'm letting you know.
But he has a lot of money behind him. Right?
Nah, this nigga got a lot of I know this nigga votes.
No, it's
I know this nigga votes. Like I know Barack votes. Like fuck Biden. Biden is one of the worst people when it comes to reforming prison sentences.
He was in last
America.
place 3 weeks ago.
Because they were small states. South Carolina was a big state to win. If you win South Carolina, the delegate numbers are way bigger than if you win New England. That's the
And
part
then what
where,
happened?
That's why I love Buttigieg. Buttigieg said,
Who's
I want
Buttigieg? What's his first name?
Pete.
Pete Buttigieg.
He dropped out too.
He got
He had the
24 hours before Biden went.
Yeah.
Dog, nobody can look at this shit and tell me that something is going
There's
on.
a game happening. Whether you want to call it a game.
Hey, you know what? Let's bring it to our topic, right?
Yeah.
What was our question today? Is America ready for the first gay male white president?
We didn't say white. We just said gay male.
That's what we
I don't think we said male. I think it was just gay.
Not put male.
Or did you?
versus first female president.
Mm-hmm.
I think we lie to ourselves and say that Buttigieg has this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
What we should be thinking is who has the best policy. Buttigieg had a great policy as far as removing the electoral colleges. And he didn't say do it today. He said do it in 30 years. Put a law in place right now that if you remove the electoral colleges in 2050, it won't impact us because we'll all be dead. But at least people get the vote.
Relax. Like, take it easy. Don't
Right.
don't kill me in 50 years. Like,
Take my time. But when he dropped out, I realized that America is
We all have different perspectives, man.
they're more ready for a female president
I
than
don't
they
know if
are
I
a
would
gay
say that.
president.
So some of the responses, one person put, "I believe we are, but the problem is the people that are ready for it are not voting."
The Black Baptist Church, they're not ready for it.
Young America is yearning for change. The old bigots will make sure it doesn't happen.
gatekeepers. Status quo.
But that's fine to me. Look, nobody is just hurtling into success. You have to break through barriers.
Listen, I am with anybody whose policies are for everybody, right? And I mean, I know that that's.
Guess whose policy is not for everybody? Buttigieg. Buttigieg says that there is no universal health care. He says you can have your own private health care or subscribe to universal health care. Which one would you do right now, Alex? Literally, if you just been working at your job, paying into your private health care, and I just popped up like, hey, bro, everybody get an arm.
I would want Angel to get that arm.
No, because Angel's arm is just a rubber band.
That's not the way it works in other countries. Angel gets an arm. That's what I'm saying.
A whole arm.
A whole arm.
$6 million man.
Angel gets an arm.
I want it to be that way too, bro.
Just like Angel would get an arm today, he would get an arm in that system. So that's why when I hear people opposing, because there are these socialist views, right? And I think it's important to know that we can live in a system that abides by both. Just like we have firemen don't come in here and save 2 out of 3 people. They save all of us.
Yeah.
Right?
What was that? I don't know what you just did.
How much time do we have between 90?
30 minutes.
Good.
Yeah, like firemen save everybody in the house. Right? They come in here, they don't save just 3 of y'all and then leave. The fourth one's like, nah, we're not getting paid for that, dog. You know what I'm saying? They come in here.
You're right.
And they don't leave a bill. They don't leave and be like, yo, we saved all 4.
But there's a bill.
No, there isn't.
There is a bill.
It's in our taxes.
All right.
Right?
There's a bill.
So just like that social movement, the police, social movement, public schools, social movements exist in our culture today. So,
Agreed.
so we need to. It should be better. I think it would be more advantageous if we, instead of abolish the idea, ask, well, how would that work? Because it definitely works in other countries. So how would that work? Because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about what I've already paid into the system as long as that system works for my son, man.
Agreed.
You're talking about what you pay into the system. However,
I don't give a fuck what I've already paid into the system as long as that system continues to work on the benefit of my what I leave behind.
Say it again. I don't care what I pay into the system.
I don't care what I have paid into the system.
As
long as that system continues to provide for what I leave behind.
Okay, so now I'm telling you, what you've paid into the system is $1,000.
Okay.
They have multiple people in your region who pay the same thing that you pay. And that $1,000 eventually grows to a number that pays for the police officer that makes sure your societal... This is the way it's supposed to be.
But that's not the way it works.
Right. I agree with you about that. I don't believe it works that way.
So because it doesn't work that way...
I think that we pay a ton of money into the system, and you only get back one of 30,000th cop in New York. There are 300 million people there. There's 100 million people there. So you pay all this money in taxes, you get 1/30,000th of a cop. Right?
Yeah.
But you'll continue to do it because it feels good. It works. It's the same. You're never going to get a dollar for dollar on what you pay for society standards to what you actually get back from society standards.
You aren't, but you should invoke change always, right? You should try to make a change for the betterment of the people always.
Don't
right?
accept status quo.
Right? You shouldn't just accept it just because that is what it is.
No,
you should always be. Wait a minute, but you should always be of the mind of, or at least that's the way that it seems. It seems that we've always been progressive. That's what evolution tells me, right? It shows a progressive, evolving people or society, right? So why stay the same? Why not continue to progress on that?
You know what has not changed? The value of money. It has not changed. It is 1 + 1 is 2. Mathematically, the value of money has not changed on a mathematical basis. However, the value of money that we put on it, that has changed. Everything that you just said is 100% accurate. However, if I told you in this new world, you can have everything you ask for, but it's going to cost you 48% of your income. That's the part that people have a problem with.
But you keep bringing up these hypotheticals. All I'm saying is, in reality, not hypotheticals, in reality, this works in other countries. In reality, not hypothetically speaking, there's going to be change. Not there's going to be 3/4 of an hour. In reality, people are getting, if not the same, better health care.
If the world was ending today, which one of those countries would you go to before you stayed here?
The country with the better health care.
Nigga,
in the country
you
that's not
need the
ending.
You need the country with the better defense.
What are you
care.
talking about? I'm going straight to like Argentina. Right?
Why is the world?
Yeah,
why is the world ending? Is it because it's at war or because
that's a good question. Like you can't.
It's 100% true. Like
no.
now,
Why is it ending? Is it ending because of a pandemic? Because there's a virus, or is it ending because we're going to war?
It was a hypothetical question.
I know, but that kind of matters because
but let's talk about it, right?
Because being in America, the best defense doesn't mean anything if we don't know what we're being attacked by.
Until you need a defense.
That's why I asked the
That's
question.
why he's asking the question.
And that's my response.
So,
is
we're
that
at
you
war?
need a response.
Are we at war? Why is the world ending?
I think I texted this to you earlier. I was like, bro, I think this Wuhan shit has more to do with the trade war than it does to do with any other warfare politically there is. We were in the second stage of finalizing the trade agreement between the U.S. and the fucking China states. Then out of nowhere, they broke out with the Wuhan. Wuhan popped off. The markets in the United States, we just dropped our federal interest rate another 0.5 point. We're going to do it another 0.5 point in the next month and a half. Who can make that kind of influence? It has to be viral. It has to be global pandemic. It has to be all of these things that are happening right
But
now.
who understands what the fuck that means?
I think that all means financial loss.
For
And I don't know if I care.
You say that until your Democratic cousin has the goddamn disease.
He wasn't prepared, or she wasn't prepared.
There's no way to be prepared for this, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know what to prepare for. I feel very much prepared. And I think that what I'm hearing is there's all this financial anxiety over the Wuhan, which I get, and people are dying, which I get. But people die every day, right? And people die of different shit every day. So it's like, man, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, we needed that air, dog. I don't know right now. I just don't know right now. That's what I'm saying.
Can we make the title of this podcast "Surviving the Times"? Like, I'm fine with that. Surviving the times.
People die every day.
What I'm trying to tell you is that it's on a larger scale to me. And it all goes back to what's happening with this virus. It all goes back to our presidential election. I think about it all. And if I had to choose today, I would Bernie Klobuchar. Bernie wants universal health care. Klobuchar says you can keep your own. She's a female. She's been in the Senate. I don't know that there is another parity that the Democrats can come up with to beat Donald Trump.
Would they beat Donald Trump?
Who's that?
Bernie Klobuchar.
Any parity. Bernie.
You said no?
No.
Hey,
Then what? I thought you said there was importance to voting.
Real quick,
Bernie and who's the other girl? Sanders? No, Bernie Sanders.
I want to let you know that, because I did hear this on a podcast and I was amazed by it. Every year since 2004, in an election year, there has been a disease outbreak.
I believe it.
2004.
Did you hear a bing just now? Am I the only one that hears the bing? The bing is fantastic. Play the bing again.
SARS, 2004. Avian, I never heard of Avian. Avian,
Bird
2008.
shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bird.
Swine, 2010.
Yeah.
MERS, 2012. Ebola, 2014. Zika, 2016. Ebola again, 2018. And now Corona.
Yeah.
I'm saying. Look, we don't really want to know who y'all voting for, but please post who you voting for. We want to hate on you. We want to hate on you.
What were the poll answers? I forgot.
Oh, what were the poll questions?
So the poll question was basically if you there it is. For all the parents, when it comes to disciplining your child or children, are you whipping that ass or creating punishments? Twitter poll, 67% whipping that ass, 33% punishment.
What's a great
IG.
punishment?
IG split 50-50.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Oh
Fuck
wow.
with IG.
50-50.
So what's a creative
there's a
punishment?
consensus? There's a consensus.
Yeah.
Whooping that ass is the consensus.
Well, I meant what I meant.
At least 46%.
Yeah. Creative punishment for me is just doing something different other than whipping that ass.
Yeah.
How many children do we have? Between the four of us.
5.
5 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much ass you whipped?
I don't beat my kids.
All right, you on that other end.
Oh, yeah.
Conservative punishments.
I probably
Works for me.
put hands a handful of times.
Agreed. I'm with you.
Yeah, let's talk about the handful of times now.
Yeah.
What made you go
So-
to that level?
With one child, yes, handful of times.
Yeah, a handful of times.
Oh, boy first?
No, not so
Not
much.
Sean.
So between the both, probably a handful of times.
So between the both, you done put 12 hands.
One hand. Handful.
Yeah, one hand.
Six.
Yeah, one hand.
Six got these hands.
Yeah.
But, all right, so
I don't like to, but I.
you're the only one that has 2 kids to talk about.
Yeah.
We don't have it. The rest of us have 1.
But I can tell you why.
Well, we want to hold that.
Do it.
No, there's no difference between the two. There's no difference. Like I whooped you because you're a boy, and I didn't whip you this time because you're a girl.
I didn't think gender was a positive.
So why distinguish between having 2 kids and 1 kid?
Because you have 2 kids and we have 1.
I know.
I just wanted to hear yours at the climax on how you beat 2 asses at one time. I feel like you're like, yeah. So, all right, let's go back to it, though. You beat the baby or you talk to him?
I think you find creative ways. If I was to be a father today, a new father today, because my son's 16, man, I ain't put hands on him. Unless hands need to be put, like you know what, like, you know what's a good hands? A good hands is to me, I think this, and people may disagree, but to me is if today there was an altercation and my son was like, you know what? Fuck that, huh? Like, then I'll be like, all right, so now you're a man. Put these gloves on. Let's go outside, and show me how you're a man. I think that's good.
What? There's always
I
what
like
if.
that.
What if you lose?
You're a man, dog. You're a man.
Yes,
You're a man.
Like, do you lay there like
You
lay
lay there like
nigga, the house is angels.
If you lose, somebody should walk up and be like, you got knocked the fuck out.
What I was saying.
Now you said you gotta find a new place to
Yeah,
live.
you gotta get out of there.
You gotta get a new job. You gotta
The job is his. The job is his. Yeah, the
He
job
goes
is
to
his.
the house,
Yo, like-
Angela. Look
Hey,
at me.
yeah,
I am the captain
hungry.
now.
He is the captain
I am
now.
the captain now.
He is the captain
Right,
now.
I am the captain now.
I'm gonna be in the backyard playing flowers and shit.
I think that would be a good way to put hands. But aside from that, like if I was to do it over again today, I find creative ways.
You know what the best part about it is? We really get to think about how our parents whipped our asses.
I think that's what.
Oh, this bitch was creative. She grabbed a belt.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was
Wooden
a belt. A wooden
nowhere.
spoon.
Where did that come from?
You knew a spoon
Out of
worked. You
A plastic hanger?
Hey, I need you to grab that spoon, tie your sneakers together, put your feet in them, stand up, bend over.
There were parents that made you go outside.
Nah.
And how would you call it a switch? Like, that wasn't a switch. That was the whole branch.
Hey,
Go get a switch.
No, it was definitely a switch. It was, you had to switch your ass up.
Abuse.
The Nintendo fucking controller.
First of all, Alex,
Yo.
let's talk about this because I didn't know you went through that.
There's 3 boys.
You got
Nintendo
beat
controller.
with a Nintendo controller?
There's 3
Everywhere.
boys.
Like the
Everything,
gray
man.
one with the A and B button,
Yes.
up, down,
That
down,
one.
left, right,
That one.
delete.
Landed anywhere, or was it like targeted, or was it just swung and just bop?
It was just swung, but
It's a good question. But what did it hit?
It was never above the face, so you could never see it.
So it's
That
lower
don't
back? I would think a lower back is terrible.
That don't count.
That doesn't count. You want the mark on my face?
Yeah.
I promise you, you'd only do it once. You go into school like, nah, you know what? This ain't that crazy. I bumped into the remote, and yeah. So for me, I whip Megatron's ass every chance I get.
This is why you don't go by Instagram posts. Because I could never tell that.
I just don't get enough posts. He is a gentleman. He thinks about it. I tell him right now, like, yo, this shit about to be over for you, boy. All I want you to do is say it one more time. And he's like, not gonna say it one more time. I'm waiting to destroy him. But he just knows enough about me.
So you just threaten your kid?
Oh, of course. He has two options. He can either be a man or he can be a great man.
Would you like him to buckle down if he's ever threatened outside of in the real world?
No, I want him to punch
Are you teaching him that though?
in my nuts if I'm wrong.
But he can't do that right now.
Tell
If he's in the real world right now and somebody checks him, then he has to...
Oh, no. So what we do, we have a handshake. I'm not going to show the world. We have a handshake. Megatron has a one-headed quitter that nobody knows about. And it's just us pounding each other. But he's cocking back here. Right? Good job. Oh, you almost broke that hand. He's ready to protect himself. At the same time, I don't want my son to ever believe that he is comfortable enough to whip dad's ass. No. Dad'll kill you. Do what I ask you to do. Do what I need you to do. Be a gentleman. If you do that, you can wake up tomorrow.
I've always saw from my experience and conversations I've had with especially the guys in the barbershop. Because I hear it a lot, especially dealing with young people in the streets. Oh, you can tell he's never had his ass whooped.
Right.
That's why he's acting the way he's at. But I can tell you there's guys that I grew up with that got their ass whooped and were out here popping people. Like shooting people. The same way these young boys
But it's a different level of love, though. Add the level of love to that part for me. It's like...
I don't know what the level of love was. I'm just going off the context of ass whooping. That the kid that's out here shooting now needs an ass whooping.
Yeah.
Same way the kid that I grew up with that was shooting people needed an ass whooping, which got the ass whooping, but still
beat him early.
Still shot people, right? Or shot at people. For me, I see people from my experience that the discipline is not consistent. So I've seen people, from my experience, hey, go to your room, do your chores, or you won't be able to do X, Y, and Z. The next time they don't do their chores, I'm mad, I'm frustrated because you didn't do it last time, so I beat you. Then the next time you don't do your chores,
it's not even an option.
No, you might not. You know what? I'm taking away the X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So the first time I didn't take it away. The second time I beat you. The third time I'm taking it away.
But that's not your baby.
Let me finish. The next time, no, this is actually stuff I've done, right? So the next time you don't do it again, I beat you. Then the next time I take it away. So there's some inconsistencies. I think ass whoopings come out of frustration and lack of other options, right? And so if my parents and I think I've been beaten a handful of times, but I've also, my fathers had conversation with me about what I've done. So I'm fine with an ass whooping, but I think the child needs an explanation to what they're doing wrong.
Fantastic. Hey, can we get a clap for that? Come on now.
An ass whooping doesn't explain.
Ass whipping.
The kid doesn't learn
with
from
an
that.
explanation.
It's like, damn, last week you took something from me. This week you're beating me, but there's never no conversation of what it is that I'm doing wrong. And so I think, like I said, the ass whooping comes one from what we've been taught. Two,
hey,
lack of
hold on, wait. You say what we've been taught. That what we've been taught made us who we are today.
I don't know if that's true.
We tell them, hey, you get your ass whipped?
A handful of times.
It made you who you are today? You sure?
Positive. I can't say an ass whooping made me who I am.
I promise you, an ass whooping made me who I was. It was either my mother beating my ass or the bullet beating my ass, but life whipped my ass. Did. That's why I'm in.
Yeah, I think
You're talking about the life ass. I'm talking
you
about parents.
life ass whoopings.
Yeah, I'm talking about
I like that idea of you run out of options because definitely the times that I've put hands.
Why do you run out of options?
You're frustrated, right?
Yeah, you're frustrated.
You ever flinch at?
No.
I flinched at my kids before. Like you don't sit the
that was the most terrifying thing I've ever heard Bub say. Like when he says, "I flinch at my kids," I was like, "Hey,
wait.
Oh,
it's like when if you don't
close,
sit
too close.
you don't sit the down.
Yeah,
I'm one of these like take everything away parents.
Plus an
I'm
ass
one of
whooping.
these. Yeah. Oh no, I don't.
So you're teaching your kid double. Oh, so you're not giving them an ass whooping. You're taking something from them.
Of course.
Okay.
It's food has to happen. You're 5. There are muffins. There are juices. There are all this, that.
So the choice of food, the option of food, not take away food.
Are you are you a man?
Child support
Or are you
a little in this.
No, I tell her the same thing. Now, are you a man or are you a gentleman?
Can you clarify that? You feed them.
As appropriate.
Okay, all right. So you feed them.
He don't starve.
All right,
another
cool.
point right here.
Honestly, call him in here. I promise you. If you take him away from me, he gonna be mad at y'all.
No. We get it. You're like.
We're just joking, CSS.
I was thinking about have steak and lobster tonight, Megatron. But you know what? You're gonna have cereal. That's what you're saying.
Not just cereal.
Cornflakes.
No sugar.
Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Your favorite cereal.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Your
Yeah.
favorite.
Oh no!
cereal.
Let me
Yeah.
finish. You're taking that.
No, I give it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you ate that? That's fine. You had a good time. I need you to get in the shower. Dad, I don't want to get in the shower. Well, no more Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'll get in the shower. Okay. Look, starvation works 2 ways.
Right.
This is why I don't want Bernie to be my president. Niggas don't starve enough under Bernie.
That's not true. Should people be starving?
Yes.
People should be starving.
Yes.
All right, that's 30.
Starving what?
That's 90. Let's get the fuck out. I can't do this anymore.
Which
You'll say it again.
metaphorically.
I can't do it anymore. Metaphorically. Certain niggas should die.
Alex.
Yeah, all right. We have honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. Let's go. What y'all got?
I had a list full too.
Can I be an asshole?
Why not?
Why not?
My colleagues told me that they can pull an honorable ass out of their ass.
What?
So this week, I refuse to look for an honorable mention. This is what you said. You can get honorable mention. You can get honorable mention. I don't want it. I want to put value on it. I'm going to think about it next time. I might shout you out. Honestly, work hard enough for me to shout you out for my honorable mention.
Okay.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Since we big up Netflix all the time, that's where I'm gonna go now. Should we just try to get a deal for Netflix? Since we post them all the fucking time?
They always so much.
I'm gonna do a haunted house on Netflix. Some Marlon Wayne's little parody of Paranormal Activity. Fucking hilarious. Hilarious.
What is it?
A haunted house.
A haunted house.
A haunted house.
All right.
You guys better fill it in before I put my honorable mention in.
You want me to go, Bo?
Yeah, guys.
I've been listening to this album for the past 2 days, so I'm gonna go with "Black on Both Sides" by Mos Def.
Damn, she had that fatty poking from the front. I spotted her like paparazzi.
That's a dope album.
Yeah.
It's like one of those back-to-back albums too. It gets a little squirrely towards the mid-end, but
So I'm gonna shout out my man Akeem Lloyd. He runs an organization called a leadership journey, taking kids. So basically, giving kids experience by traveling across the country. So he's taking groups of kids across to Africa 2 years in a row.
That's cross continent. That ain't country.
Continent. And basically, they're in those communities, learning about those communities and sharing experiences and doing community service. Does a lot of work. The boy is all over the continent, all over the world, all over the community.
His name again?
Akeem Lloyd. But the organization is A Leadership Journey.
A Leadership Journey.
Yes, started from the ground up, grassroots organization.
God willing.
So, it's my brother.
So with all of those,
Oh, you do have one?
I don't have nothing. I love me and my brothers, and what I want you to know, if you are listening still to the podcast, there was one time on God's green earth where we started talking about us being 4 individuals with 4 perspectives and the want to just collaborate it. Then after that, we made it our business. Our business right now is allowing you to hear our introspective perspectives about what we do. I hope that they already cut the mic off.
No, I'm waiting for you to finish. Are you done?
If it is still on,
Bars.
Alex is petrified.
Why am I petrified?
Bob, socialized. Kaba, what's the word I want for you, Kaba? Word for Kaba is reflective.
You're demonized. You're a demon.
Word for Reem is capitalistic. So guess what's going to happen? I'm going to be capitalistic. Kaba is going to remind me that like this is not going to be about fucking money. Alex is going to tell me like, I don't care what y'all talking about. I'm just happy that I'm talking again. And at the end of the day, we're going to talk to Bubs, who is way too close to the streets. We have the greatest podcast on fucking earth, and you are welcome to listen to us.
I can't believe
every week.
That's
every week.
That's what you narrowed me down to. Just glad
He is scientifically smart.
He called you petrified earlier.
And he's terrified.
That was the word.
Can't wait.
No, petrified to be a millionaire. You didn't finish that whole thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him say that though. I didn't hear him say
Scared to be rich.
No, that's not what he
Scared
said.
to be rich. Here's what I said. He's scared to be rich. But I promise you this. You'll challenge me from not being rich. You will introduce me to the block. Thank you.
Think about it.
We can argue all day about it.
Shit.
I love you guys.
Money. Love you.
Dope shit. Yo, we're a business now.
What do you have to say?
Girl Paints Media LLC.
That's
right. We're a business.
You have it. You have the shout out.
Yeah. We got to close out. We wanted to allow you to say your piece, man. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't stop what we did. Yo,
man, y'all know what to do. Like, follow, share, comment.
Make sure you check out those YouTube clips. Hey,
fact check.
Yeah. Check out
the
our
YouTube.
polls, our YouTube. Yeah.
Watching us. He has the funniest reactions, Bub, to when things get said. just check them out. That's it. That's all I say. Just check it out.
All right, I'll check Bub out.
Check it out.
All right, we out. Peace.